We will record the meeting for you guys. Okay, so do you guys go for comedy shows here? There's comedy movies and there's comedy shows, dramas that we watch that are comedy. But do you go for live shows for comedy? Everyone's just waking up right now.
Okay, I think I like comedy on the TV, and sometimes I watch a show comedy, but I like watch comedy on TV than before. It's funny and I think it's interesting with me than a real show comedy. I think so.
How about you guys?
Yeah, I also like comedy, but I haven't shown a comedy show ever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We can start with our topic, and then once they join in,
comedy show and TV thing on TV. But
you were ill yesterday, sick, or just cold?
I don't like comedy very much.
Hmm.
I watch comedy to relax.
Julia mentioned that you were not feeling well. So
I
did you have like running nose, cold, or sick in general?
I had never seen comedy dramatic. So many people.
And you can mention that I have to record our conversation. So is it okay? Morning.
So people seek respond for entertainment. Comedy has them passively laugh.
So is it okay with you guys if I record our conversation for today?
So I think people like it. That's why. That's different. But it's different. People like it. I think that.
Vicky, are you in a different place today? Your voice was cutting off very much when you were answering. Are you using a different internet today?
Yes.
Yes. I don't like comedy very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, let me rename myself here. We are talking about comedy, and I was asking if you guys enjoy comedy and if you guys like to go to shows or just watch it at home.
Good. 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 Thanks.
So I go to shows sometimes, but you know, I like watching it on TV because if the person is not funny, I change the channel. But if you go to a show, it's live. You have to sit there until they finish, and if they're not funny, then you're stuck there, right? So I go sometimes to watch comedy shows, but mostly I just watch them on TV. And I watch it when I'm really tired and it's just playing in the background. I'm not paying attention to it. I don't watch a lot of TV and I don't watch a lot of comedy shows.
Good. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready.
So what kind of comedy do you guys like? You like political comedy? You like comedy about things at home?
Yes.
You like, there's another thing, it's called situational comedy, sitcom. That's where shows come from. So I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a very popular show. It's called Friends, and it's an American show, and it's very good. It's funny, and it's a situational comedy. So someone's sitting at home, then they talk about things, and then they make jokes about it. Like somebody falls, or they're making fun of one of their friends. So another kind of comedy is situational comedy, which is pretty good. It's very lighthearted. It's good. How about you guys? What kind of comedy do you guys like?
I know there are many kind of comedy as you said. Yeah, such as situational comedy, silent comedy. So I think I like silent comedy is the most. Although it is difficult to understand silent comedy, but I think this kind of intelligent comedy. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you,
Next
Vicky.
one. Yeah.
Anna, do you have something to say?
Yeah, in fact, before read this topic today, I don't know how many type of comedy there are. I just find out on the internet, and I realized that there are so many kind of comedy, and the type of comedy I like is the picture or the topic that we have to think for a while. After that, we realize their signification. Make I laugh. Yeah, it's not focus on the word.
Thank you. Yeah, there's so many different kinds. I didn't know either because I watch sometimes on TV, sometimes I don't, but I don't think about it. But there's lots and lots of things that go into producing things on TV. What does Cam think?
Actually, I don't know how many kinds of comedies. When I search on the internet, I find out one kind of comedy is a realistic comedy, and in fact, I really like this kind because it reflects really real life, and especially when they show when this guy can show some problem in real life, but under the funny view. So that's why I really like this kind of comedy, realistic comedy. Yes.
Thank you. Mary, speak up. We missed your voice.
Like I really like the real comedy with the funny story situation in the real life. So it makes me feel happy with some story, amusing amusing story situation. So every week, every night, night. So every show on the TV at Saturday night, we often watch the show on the TV with this kind of comedy. Yeah. And in the fact, I don't know very much about comedies. Yeah. So one kind of comedy I like the most is yeah.
Do you guys know what dark comedy is, or do you know black comedy it's called, or dark humor? So it's when somebody makes jokes. Sorry, is what somebody gonna answer? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know much about comedy, but some conversation and some situation can make we cry, when we laugh a lot when we're thinking about this situation. Yeah.
So dark humor is dark comedy is when you joke about death or things that are bad, and usually people don't laugh about those, but you have that comedy. Why do you think we do that? Why do we laugh about death and what people dying or something bad happening? Why do you think black comedy is a thing? Why do people do that?
Great. Thank you for sharing.
I don't understand you can.
I will repeat. So there's different kinds of comedies. So there is a comedy called dark humor or black comedy. And that is when people will joke about death or you losing money or war or people dying, bad things happening, but they laugh about it. That's also kind of comedy. They do that in America too quite a bit, even on TV. Why do you think we need dark humor? Why do you think we need to laugh at our problems?
You mean why the audience laugh on this situation?
Yeah. Why does everybody think it's funny? So I can give you an example. So I'm a nurse. I work in a hospital, and I work in ICU. So people die all the time. People die all the time. Sometimes people get into an accident. Sometimes they bleed a lot. Sometimes somebody shoots them. Sometimes they fall down, and people die all the time. So there are some nurses that have been working for 20 years, 30 years, and they laugh about it. They're like, oh yeah, this guy died. Oh, okay, put him in a bag. They laugh about those things, and that's called dark humor, black comedy. And we laugh about it because it happens all the time. And if every day we cried, I will not be able to do my job. So black comedy happens when something is very serious, but we need to move on because we cannot keep crying about it. And we just make light of it and we say, well, okay, haha, that happened. It's not that people are not sensitive, it's just that you need to move on from that situation. So lots of dark humor also exists on the internet too. They talk about, 9/11, that happened in America. They talk about the war, and they kind of laugh about it. They make funny jokes about it. And it's not that they're bad people, it's just that what else are you gonna do? You're gonna cry about it after 15 years? So that's called dark humor. Does that make sense to you guys?
Sorry, I can understand the idea. That means you mentioned about the sad situation in the film, but the actress or actor have a stupid action, so it make you laugh too. Yeah. Tức là bi kịch em, mặc dù họ diễn bi kịch nhưng vẫn cười á.
I think, in my opinion, I think day by day we have to face with many bad things, and sometimes like death, sometimes serious accident. So I think in this situation with the with someone always to facing that, I think the back comedy is can help she or he overcome the difficult day by day he or she facing. So I think that is the best way for they can reduce the painful, and they can overcome, and they keep a positive attitude in this job. I think so.
Yeah, thank you, Cam. I think you're understanding it now. Can you help if somebody else has questions about Black comedy? I think I maybe did not explain it very well, but I think Cam has understood it. So if you guys want to ask him questions, I think he can help you out. Yeah.
I think okay, I introduce with my friend by Vietnamese.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Câu hỏi ở đây đặt ra là ví dụ như Laf thì là làm trong bệnh viện, thì hàng ngày cô ấy phải đối mặt với các cái ca bệnh nhân chết tai nạn giao thông rất là nghiêm trọng. Thì cái hình thức mà Black comedy đó là nói phản ánh về những cái điều xấu như là cái chết này, rồi là những cái sự tang thương này, mà hàng ngày người ta phải đối mặt trong bệnh viện như vậy. Thì đó là có phải là một cái, tức là mình nghĩ sao về cái hài mà phản ánh về những cái chết như vậy. Sao hôm nay yên thế?
Tôi đang nói về hình thức Black comedy là cái hình thức mà đại là bi hài kịch á.
Đúng rồi, tức là nó phản ánh về cái chết hoặc là những cái mà sự việc tồi tệ với con người ấy.
Là một cái tình huống rất là tồi tệ, là phải vào bệnh viện làm gì đó, họ diễn một cái tình huống đấy nhưng tại sao nó vẫn khiến mọi người gây cười được á. Tức là những cái tình huống bi kịch như vậy nhưng mà vẫn khiến mọi người gây cười được. Thì là bạn nghĩ như thế nào về điều đấy?
Chúng ta cái này phải...
Bà Ngọc hình như bảo ốm xong bà ấy đơ ấy sao ấy.
It's kind of clear, kind of, little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, thank you, Cam.
Yeah, maybe this type of comedy is so strange for Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
So we don't know about it so much.
Yeah, I think it's North American culture. I don't think a lot of other people do it. I think Europe does it a little bit, but mostly in North America. I don't watch it on TV because I don't really watch TV that much, but I just know because I work with senior nurses, I work with doctors who have been doctors since 50 years ago, and I wasn't even born then. So when I see them laughing at first, like I started my job and I was so scared, I was crying all the time because bad things were happening to people around me. And they were laughing about it, or they're like, oh yes, yeah, this person, his leg broke and we have to cut his leg. And like, how can you just talk about it like, oh yeah, legs. But they have to do it because they are exposed to it every single day of their life, right? So every single day, if you cry, you cannot do your job, right? So It's a very advanced concept, but I'm glad that maybe in 6 months when somebody else talks about it, then you guys will be like, yeah, Nav said this. Yeah.
Comedy.
Okay, and let's move on to the next question, guys. I have a question though. So what kind of comedy is most popular in Vietnam?
I think the most popular in Vietnam is kind of the situational comedy. Very easy to understand and to laugh. Comedian also make some laugh situation in living. So I see I saw Rush people always learn some sentence from comedian and talk in their living, and always make people laugh for every conversation. Yeah. So with me, I like the comedian Charlie Chaplin. Yeah. He better knows as Charlie Chaplin as an English comedian. He is actor and director famous in the silent comedy film. So I think he is an intelligent actor. Yeah.
I like Charlie Chaplin too. I used to watch it when I was small with my mom. So guys, what is the best thing about silent comedy? Mary, what is the best thing about silent comedy?
Mary?
Yeah, I have seen this kind on the TV, like sorry, I don't know. I didn't remember. But Charlie, yeah, yeah. I have seen this, and I think it's very interesting for me. But my children don't like see it. But I think this is one of the kind that make us feel relaxed by seeing some situation on the picture, on the action of people, like we can see they do the some, I think, some stupid or some by when they do they like so.
Anna, what do you think? No, that was a good answer, Mary.
Yeah.
Anna, what do you think? What is the best thing if you are watching comedy? It's silent, but it's very funny. Yeah. What is the best thing about silent comedy?
My best film silent comedy is actually for the actor comedian Sakli film. I didn't know the name. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So I was gonna tell you guys, so the advantage of a silent comedy where nobody is talking is the whole world can watch it. You don't need to know English, you don't need to know Vietnamese, you don't even need to know language. Nobody's talking and everybody's laughing. Right? Because it's silent, no words. So it brings everybody together. Somebody from India, somebody from Canada, somebody from Vietnam watching it. Nobody needs to know English. You just watch it and you laugh. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think the most advantage or the most interesting in kind of silent comedy is actor must not speak. Actor have not to speak, but must use accent.
Yeah.
Use their opinion or their body to act, to express for people understand.
Yeah.
All to make for people laugh, I think it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So actor of silent comedy must be very intelligent. That's why I love them. I love silent comedy. Yeah.
That's why Charlie Chaplin, everybody loves him. Many people all over the world love Charlie Chaplin because he makes comedy for everyone on this planet. You know, people who make comedy in Canada make comedy for people in Canada. They speak in English, or America. And people in India make comedy in Hindi or Punjabi. So, you know, Charlie Chaplin made comedy for everyone. So he's very loved. He's very intelligent. Yeah. Yeah. Anna, who is your favorite comedian?
Now, currently, in the world and in Vietnam.
Pardon?
Yeah, you asked about the currently famous comedian.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
In Vietnam, Hoài Linh. Hoài Linh is the most
Linh.
famous comedian.
Okay. Okay. Anna, who do you like?
Yeah, I like I like Charlie Chaplin too. But nowadays I don't see this type of comedy, silent comedy anymore. I just see another different kinds of comedy, but I don't like them so much.
In my opinion, I think in the Vietnam, I like the comedy in the of all actor from the north than the south, because there are many different between comedy in the north and the south Vietnam. For example, comedy of the north of Vietnam, they focus on voice, the meaningful of voice, but the comedy in the south of Vietnam, they focus on action and body language than the north. And in Vietnam, there are many actors famous in comedy. For example, in the north, I really like Xuân Bắc, Tự Long, Vân Dung, Quang Thắng. But in the south of Vietnam, I really like Hoài Linh, Trường Giang, and some other actor. And in Vietnam, we really love program comedy in the end of each year. That's God Kitchen, God Kitchen, very famous, and that is the best program I have to watch before finish year. Yes.
Em đang nói gì vậy cô? God Kitchen là gì?
Táo quân.
Nhưng bạn này bạn nói từ đấy vẫn chưa đúng đâu. Táo quân dịch là gì nhỉ? Người quản lý bếp á.
Mary, talk about your favorite comedy. You like a show, or you have a person that you think is very funny?
Yeah. like some comedian in Vietnam, both the north, the comedian in the north and the south. I think I have some famous comedian like Cam because they like in the north. I Xuân Bắc Tự Long. In the south like Bảo Quốc, Hoài Linh, Trấn Thành. So in every weekend we have the show some movie show on the TV, and at the end of the years we have the big movie on the TV. Everybody like and want to see it because it used a lot of situation in my country on the whole year, and make it funny. Something involved with the government, with education or the medicine, so they make it easy and make it funny to want to laugh at. And I think almost Vietnamese like to see this program on the last day of the years. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's very good. They recap the whole year, but they make it funny. That's good. That's smart.
I have a question for you because I don't know speak more about comedy. So I ask you some questions. The first is, what do you think about the effect of humor in the life, in the family, in the job?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Ken. I think we should all answer it. I was just thinking that too. I'm like, these questions we should have more questions that are deeper. Humor is so important to me. The first thing that I liked about my husband was that he makes me laugh. That's my first thing that I liked about him. And most of my friends, when somebody can laugh and when somebody can make fun of themselves, it's very important, because you know that this person doesn't take everything seriously. We all know some people that take everything seriously. They're always stressed out. Humor, I do look at everything with humor, because who knows, life might change tomorrow, but today I need to make light of it, and I just need to move on. How about you guys? How is humor important to you? Is it a part of your life? Are you guys all serious people?
With me, when me and my wife become upset, that is a long time we feel stressed. But after that, we find something for humor. I think I easy to connect again with my wife, and I think I really lucky when my wife pretty funny, and she always to talking with me under the view very humor, and that's the good way for we can easy connecting and keep the funny always exist in our house. And in my job, especially when I'm a salesman, the humor very important. It helped me easily connecting with my customer, reduce the different about culture or something like that. And with my friend, I think the humor is the most important thing we have to if we want to keep networking in a long time. I think so.
Yeah, I think playing with children is another way to make you feel relaxed, because children is very lovely and they can make you laugh easily.
Yeah, they're so funny. Children, and because they just think everything is funny, or they do funny things. It's a stress relief. Yeah, I agree with you. I have a niece. She is 2 years old, and you know how we have chewing gum, right? We chew the gum. Gum, do you guys have gum? Chewing gum.
Yes, chewing gum.
Yes.
Yeah. So she is not allowed to have gum because we don't want her to choke. So one day we go for a walk. She's walking. Somebody's walking in front of us. They have chewing gum in their mouth. So they spit it out. My 2-year-old niece runs, picks it up from the road and puts it in her mouth. And she says, "You didn't give it to me, so I took it from the man." Yeah.
So lovely.
So Vicky, who is the funniest person in your life? In your real life, not TV, in life.
In the reality life,
Mom, Dad, you.
I think Vicky is a funny person.
Yeah.
I desire to become a humor person because I always become serious person in my work. So all my staff always afraid when I come in the company, because I don't know, I don't why my face become serious face when I come to my company. Maybe I always think about my work, so it's make my face become serious. But when I talk with my friend, I'm very humor. Yeah, very humor. So in my family, I and my husband always humor together. So I really love becomes humor manager in my company. But really, I cannot control my appearance, my spirit, my feeling when I engage my work, because maybe my work very stressful. Yeah. So I think. Yes.
Sorry, what kind of work do you do, Vicky?
Yes, I